Adrenaline keeps me in the game. Fog Wrestling guys are back in the game. Welcome to the channel. We are here to review WWE Unforgiven 2002, and the official theme song was Adrenaline. And I like this song. We talked about it on the Smackdown review when they did the promo package for Taker. Good song. Although back here in 2002, 3, 4, 1, 0, 5, 6, I think more or less all the pay-per-view songs were good. It was very rare that you got a bad one. Unfortunately, on the network, you do get the odd pay-per-view where they just completely dub over it with like generic music. That sucks, don't get me wrong.
No.
But, I mean, in terms of the actual theme songs, like, there was never any bad ones, whereas now, I mean, in the last 5 years in wrestling, there's probably been like 2 or 3 that I've actually liked, which is insane when you think of how many songs that is.
Yeah, like here, a lot of them would have been largely unknown at the time. That's the thing. Like now, they're largely unknown and shite. I'd say the only good ones now are the ones that are known, like Hollywood Swinging. Hollywood Swinging,
and it's normally the big pay-per-views they use them for.
Yeah.
So like you look at the minor pay-per-views now, and the chances of you getting a decent theme are next to none. But we kick off Unforgiven with the opening match. The Un-Americans taking on the Americans, Bubba Ray, Kane, Goldust, and Booker T. Basically, it's a 8-man tag match with near falls, everyone getting their big moves in, breaking up pins, all this, blah, blah, blah. It was a good match. I enjoyed it until the finish. I thought the finish was messed up. Kane chokeslams Lance Storm, gets the win, but you had William Regal, who was like staggering about the ring, waiting for something to do, but needing to wait on somebody to attack him. And the ending of the match was really weird. Lance Storm slides in the ring like a snake, like Randy Orton, like the Viper. Looks at Kane. Kane looks at Lance Storm. There was like an awkward 3-4 second pause. It was a good match, but the ending, I think, if you could have redone that, would have been a lot better.
A great match with a good ending.
I just don't understand the ending. It's almost like Lance Storm got in the ring and he realised William Regal wasn't in position for what needed to happen.
Yeah.
So he
improvised.
Yeah, well, he just delayed it, like, which I don't think is the right thing to do. But I mean, who knows? Like, it's not a big deal.
No, it's not the main event. It's the opener. But you know what? It was a good match, and I really hope this kind of just spells the end of the Un-Americans against Goldust, Booker T, and fuck, I'll throw Kane in there as well.
I like the Un-Americans, but I'm not a big fan of their opponents. Like, I just don't know. Kane doesn't really.
Kane and Booker T deserve more. Well, Bubba Ray, I think, does deserve Goldust. I think he actually belongs on SmackDown these days.
He's a freak. Yeah, SmackDown's the freak show brand with all the gay shit, so I'd put Goldust on there 100%. We move straight into the Intercontinental title match, and a match I wasn't really interested in seeing. Jericho versus Ric Flair. A repeat from SummerSlam. Jericho feigns an injury. Ric Flair's the dirtiest player in the game, but decides not to attack said injury. Then Jericho quickly rolls up Ric Flair, gets him in the walls of Jericho, and Ric Flair taps. I mean, honestly, this made Ric Flair look a bit weak, how easily he tapped out here. Jericho just rolled him up, put him in the walls of Jericho, and then Flair taps out like instantly. Never even tried to get to the ropes or anything like that, or there was no like anticipation, there was no delay. Oh, is he going to tap? No suspense. Is he going to tap? Is he not going to tap? No. Jericho locked in, he taps straight away. I'm hoping this is the end of Jericho Flair.
I'm hoping Ric Flair, this is him, Evolution, boom, sort it.
Yes, we need the Nature Boy back, not that pissant Jay Lethal. We get the announcement that Eric Bischoff is here, and he says that Rico will manage Rosie and Jamal tonight. He says that this guy knows Billy and Chuck better than anyone else. This guy's gayer than anyone else. So
it's mad the amount of effort that goes into Rico. A throwaway manager between two mid-card tag teams, if we're being honest.
Yeah, Rico, a gay throwaway manager that belongs on Sunday Night Heat. Yeah, this guy has got more storyline and character development in the past couple of months than
the Bloodline.
Yeah,
and you're the biggest story going.
Oh, let's be honest, it's actually insane. We move into the next match, and another rematch for SummerSlam. And another match I just wasn't really interested in. Edge versus Eddie Guerrero. I don't know. I'm just not. They keep doing rematches, and I just wasn't a fan of the original match.
Yeah, and that's the problem with a brand split. I think we're beginning to see rematches upon rematches upon rematches. I think. Don't think so.
Are you saying already the brand split's a mistake?
No, I'm not saying it's a mistake. I just think there's different things you could do. Like here, look what they did initially. Booker T against Big Show. Fuck me, man. That match was every week. Austin Flair.
Yeah.
No, there's other examples. I mean, there's millions. I mean, I love Benoit Angle. I think these guys could wrestle every week, but for fuck's sake, do we actually need to see it every week?
Yeah. I just feel like that's a match that we've had a lot.
Same with this match. And Edge and Guerrero just aren't Benoit.
See, before Benoit got injured, like I think Benoit and Angle wrestled all the time.
Well, put it this way.
Same with Benoit and Jericho. I've just seen that match enough times. I don't really need to see it again.
The two WrestleManias that Benoit was available for, he wrestled Angle. So, work that out. And how many other fucking matches has he had against him?
A lot.
I can recall like hundreds. Literally.
But anyway, Guerrero beats Edge with a sunset flip off the top rope into a power bomb. He holds the trunks at Edge. It was a good sunset flip because it's like Edge landed on the back of his neck and it looked like a move that could finish a match. So, I mean, fair play. I thought the finish here was good.
Yeah, the finish was good, but the match it just doesn't really do anything for me. We did have a segment after this. Triple H barges into the Raw locker room, looks at Van Dam's like, you don't have what it takes. That guy used to, but he didn't. Then appears Ric Flair wearing an Unforgiven t-shirt.
That guy sitting down, that loser in that chair over there, Ric Flair.
The next big thing t-shirt. What the fuck is Ric Flair doing?
Ric Flair goes to give Triple H a piece of his mind, but RVD just puts his hand out and stops Flair, and he's like, hey, I'd rather sit with this so-called loser than walk around with a fake champion like you, brother. And it's like, RVD just buried Flair here.
Yeah. No, I get it, right? Triple H's been given the belt, you can think that, but at the end of the day, he's defended it now quite a few times and you're against him. So how about you just beat him then? Give it the whole fake champion pish. Yeah. What, he buried Flair.
He did bury Flair. No, I don't think intentionally, but it came off that way a wee bit.
I wonder if they'll play on that on Raw though.
Who knows? Up next, we had Rosie and Jamal versus Billy and Chuck. I don't know, this match was weird. Eric had so Billy and Chuck lose to Rosie and Jamal, but the finish was really quick. This lasted about 5 minutes, if that.
Good match, and it just ended like click of the fingers.
It was really short. Then when they get back to the dressing room, Eric has lesbians waiting for Rosie and Jamal in the cell.
Rico's like trying to sell the lesbians, but not really. So what, is Rico gay or is he not? To me, he was gay.
Looks a bit gay to me, brother. So yeah, they celebrate with the lesbians, and that was really that. So Stephanie McMahon tonight will be doing the HLA World title match up next. A bit low down the card, but here you go. RVD versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship. I thought the match was pretty good.
And I think in this era, they're trying to push, like, they are, like, we heard on commentary, JR and King, they're trying to push the different styles here. I feel like almost they're a level of that we've heard before. They're like, Van Dam's good with his feet. Triple H is like Buddy Rogers mixed with Harley Race. He's got the technical ability of Harley Race in this.
The upper body strength of this guy.
Van Dam's going to have to use his legs. Triple H is going to have to do this. And
but the only legs that the King cares about, though, is Stacey Keibler's.
Yeah, like, to me, though, there's not much story in this feud. There is a wee bit, and I think they're just trying to work more on the wrestling side in here. JR and King did a good job of that, for me.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I thought the match was good.
It's not Nigel McGuinness going,
no, definitely not. We get the ref bump. Triple H dominated the majority of the match, but RVD dominated at the beginning.
He's not going to lose the headlock, JR.
Yeah, he puts a headlock in. RVD gets out the headlock. The referee gets bumped down. Triple H hits RVD with a low blow. RVD hits Triple H with a spinning kick. Gets a count. Gets a 7 count, but King says, don't worry. Triple H would have kicked it had the referee been up.
Van Dam did botch too, where he was on the outside and he didn't go in the ring, and the ref stopped at 9.
Yeah, Van Dam didn't make it into the ring here at 9. The referee could have stopped the match technically and gave Triple H a count out win, but he did not.
And I like the fact these two, JR and King, pointed it. Al Hebner's give the benefit of the doubt there to Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, he's done Rob a wee favour.
His head was on the apron.
Yeah, he's done Rob a wee favour there. Ric Flair comes out and stops Triple H from using the sledgehammer. Ric Flair grabs the sledgehammer. Triple H is like, nah, don't hit me. But you could just clearly see this is a Ric Flair, like Hulk Hogan kind of, this like 80s style thing where these guys are, in my opinion, living in the past and they just haven't really moved on to the current generation. it was so fucking obvious here that Ric Flair was going to hit RVD with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
He could not have made it look any less obvious.
Like, I don't get it why it's so obvious. So, like, say you turn around, Van Damme's not facing it, and you fucking hit him in the back. It doesn't necessarily need to be a sledgehammer shot to the stomach, does it really?
No, but as soon as Ric Flair, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Like, see, as soon as he's got... It was garbage, it really was. He should have just walked out. This should have been... I think the longer you delay it, the more obvious it looks.
Look at Triple H and Michaels. Did he look at him for 10 seconds before booting him? For the pedigree? No, he fucking did it.
Like, Ric Flair could have just, like, grabbed it, walked over, lifted it above his head, about to hit Triple H, then just, like, really straight away turn around and hit RVD. And the whole thing could have been over in, like, 3 or 4 seconds and looked real. Yeah. But they dragged it out for, like, 20 seconds, and it was just obvious that Ric Flair was never going to, hit Triple H. So he hits RVD, Triple H, pedigree, 1, 2, 3. Looks like Ric Flair has joined alliances here with Triple H after Triple H beating him a couple weeks ago and calling him a loser. Maybe Ric Flair's going to learn from the game.
The game, buddy. Up next, though, we've got the piss break match. It's just the reality, guys. It's Molly Holly against Trish. Like, this run for Molly Holly's actually been quite good, in my opinion. And it ends like this.
Yeah,
throwaway match.
Ends in a... Well, I wouldn't say it's a throwaway match. Like, it's a pay-per-view match, isn't it?
I know, but it just didn't. It was like, they were like, oh, Trish has won. It didn't actually feel like it was the end of Molly Holly's title reign, did it?
I don't really recall what Trish done to get this title match.
No, made fun of her ass.
But she got the title match. She won with a bulldog, and I mean, Molly Holly's had like you said, a fun wee reign, but
no, it's been a long reign. Normally, this belt gets fucking passed around like the fucking lesbians, man. But this has actually lasted since what? I'd say like Mania almost. Just after Mania.
The problem is, so when Trish Stratus wins, there's no real like, oh holy shit, Trish Stratus has won. It's just like, well, whatever.
Yeah. Like,
third time champ.
It's just held in I mean, it's literally on level with the hardcore title in terms of like, no one really cares about the like, it's fun, the hardcore title, but it's not an epic moment when someone wins or loses it because it just gets, switched.
And see with Lita out injured, like, it just seems like the title's been getting switched between Molly Holly and Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
They're like the only two people that can viably win the women's championship. Like, who else is on Raw that you feel realistically could win this?
I know.
Victoria maybe, but she's just debuted it.
She'll win it very soon. Survivor Series. I'm pretty sure Survivor Series is her against Molly, or is it against Trish?
It's Trish.
It's Trish.
Up next, we had Benoit versus Kurt Angle, and we get obviously your classic wrestling match, and Benoit was reversing Kurt. Kurt was reversing Benoit. There was a spell in the match where Benoit locked in the crossface. Kurt managed to lock in the ankle lock, so they both had it on at the same time. Then Kurt rolled through, and he just had the ankle lock on Benoit, but then Benoit rolled through, and he just managed to reapply the crossface on Angle. And I think these are like probably the only two guys in the roster that can get away with doing this. Like, anyone else probably fucks up, but the transitions between moves with Benoit and Angle just looks so smooth.
Yeah, it looks brilliant.
Like, watching Benoit and Angle, you could believe it's a real wrestling match.
No, you could, and you know what? See, watching it, it's epic.
Because
stuff
I got to be honest, Triple H and Rob Van Dam in the opening 5 minutes, they tried to do a wrestling match, and it was sloppy.
Aye, they were doing
the
roll-ups
the
and all
takedowns, the head scissor locks, the takedowns, and a lot of it was like loose. And I mean, like Triple H did that rollover thing. Where he's trying to, do like a rollover and then get into a pin on RVD, flip, and he totally flipped over RVD's head. Then he had to back up, and then
yeah.
RVD does the thing where he powers up from his shoulders on the mat, and I'm not bashing them, but when you look at them do it, and then half an hour later you've got Benoit and Angle doing it, you're like, well, why the fuck did they try it? Like, if you know that Benoit and Angle are going to have a technical wrestling match, then I wouldn't even bother trying to have a technical wrestling match on the match before.
No, it doesn't get much better than these two, technically.
Yeah,
I don't. People can talk about Brett, but Brett Brett against either of these two would just be boring.
I don't think Brett could keep up this pace.
He couldn't. I think him and Benoit could work a match, but see when Angle takes the fucking straps down.
Benoit doesn't have the intensity that these two guys have.
No.
But Brett doesn't have the intensity these two guys.
Benoit can work a bit slower than Angle. I feel like Angle would be fucking... Perk Angle walks all over Brett.
Yeah, no, Brett... See, you look at a lot of Brett... They talk about Brett and Owen, Brett and Bulldog. It was very slow pace.
Yeah, I think Owen can work better than Brett. I think that. I genuinely think that. But again, yeah, like all their matches were slow. Like look at Brett and Owen at SummerSlam '92, right? An iconic moment at Wembley, but like, it was slow.
It was the roll of the sunset, the roll
But
through.
look at Angle fucking Ray.
Yeah, it's 100 miles fucking an hour. Anyway, Benoit in the end cheats. He puts his feet on the ropes and uses the ropes to get leverage on Angle. Angle can't believe it. Angle's lost a lot lately,
but it's always like this, and I don't mind these.
Keeps getting screwed. So maybe we'll see Angle blame the referee again because he's not getting the fair.
Tell you what, if I was to
rub
put
here.
money on who's had the best year so far, I'd probably say it's between Angle and Brock
Or Taker.
or Taker. 3 very good years.
Yeah, and I'd say those.
And Hogan's had a decent. I mean, but Hogan, if he wrestled the full 12 months, I could maybe like throw Hogan in there.
No, I'm not going to throw Hogan in
No,
there.
right then.
I'd say it's been.
Fuck you, buddy.
Hogan's been alright, like, but I don't think he's had a.
Seeing he couldn't get Taker's bike started, that was the final fucking straw.
Oh no, come on. I mean, even Angle after Mania and his feud with Edge was great. Then as soon as Edge stops feuding with Angle, Edge kind of just loses momentum.
True. But that's it. Angle, though, he'll be back. He'll be back stronger than this.
I don't think Angle gets the credit he deserves. God, a fucking legend for me, like. Then we got an interview with Mark Lloyd and Heyman. Brock says he is not sorry for what he did to The Undertaker and Sarah. The lesbians are going to leave with Rosie, Jamal, and Rico. But Bischoff says, nah, come on, I need a couple of yous to stay behind because we're going to do some hot lesbian action. Bischoff goes to the ring. The lesbians are there. He gives them a sneak peek. Then he calls out Stephanie. Stephanie comes out not really impressed. He gets the lesbians to take off her jacket. He says that Steph looks a little tense. Maybe she needs a body massage. So the lesbians start to give her a massage. Then the lesbians are about to... He says, let's do some foreplay. The crowd are chanting HLA, HLA, HLA. But Bischoff stops the lesbians in their tracks. And he's changed his mind. He orders the women out of the ring. Stephanie thinks that includes her too, but it doesn't. Bischoff's like, no, you stay behind. I've got someone really important for you because he wanted to really embarrass Steph and he found the ugliest lesbian on the planet. And out comes Hilda Berger.
It was
Hilda Ryder? Hilda Redden? Or Hilda something.
Hilda Ryder, something like that.
Hilda Reek.
You know what, right? We initially thought it was Mark Henry. But
No, I didn't. No, you thought I didn't think.
I did. Right?
I thought it was just a fat woman.
But what I would say is, storyline, Rikishi, Smackdown, but it genuinely looked like a woman to me.
It did. So you say Mark Henry looks like a woman?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
No, but they were black. That's what put me off about Rikishi.
Alright, she comes out. Bischoff wants them to get it on. Steph looks a little bit horrified, but in the end she jumps on top of Hilda, whatever she's called, and starts kissing her, making out. Bischoff then thinks, what the hell? And before he knows it, he gets a super kick to the face, and Hilda starts ripping off her face, and it turns out it's Rikishi wearing another one of these masks things. So I think they've overdone this a wee bit now.
Yeah.
I don't want to see this done anymore. I mean, it's 3 times now in the space of a couple of weeks. Let's just calm it down.
I understand it was supposed to,
But I think it makes sense. See all the talk of kissing ass. I did say, why was it not if Jamal and Rosie lose, Bischoff has to kiss Rikishi's ass?
This is why.
That's what I said. Yeah. But it turns out that's what actually happened. But Jamal and Rosie didn't lose. They actually won. So Bischoff's kind of been screwed here.
Yeah. It does go... It's a bit weird, though. I understand Stephanie's point of view of wanting to make Bischoff believe what the fuck is going on here, but she's so reluctant to kiss the 2 hot lesbians, but here she is, snogging the face off Rikishi, who's in drag.
Maybe she likes Rikishi.
Maybe she does.
Maybe she wants in the bloodline, who knows?
Blackface from Rikishi, though.
Yeah, Steph then lifts up Rikishi's diaper and gives him a wedgie, basically, so that the full force of Rikishi's ass cheeks.
And this is the most velocity I've ever seen off a stink face.
It's one of the longest stink faces as well.
I mean, this is probably what made Bischoff's hair go fucking grey. The reek of shite.
Taz was loving it. He says it was great to see Eric Bischoff's nose up Rikishi's crack.
Smackdown is just gay.
Then he questioned whether, with the lesbians, he questioned whether Cole was a man, and he was looking at Cole's crotch. And it was like, what the fuck, Taz? I mean, why?
What the fuck is
why are you staring down at Cole's crotch? Come on. I get the point. You're seeing if he's a man or not, like, but there's too much weird shit going on in SmackDown for my liking.
Say Michael Cole's not a man, buddy.
Then we move into the main event, undisputed title match, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. And again, we got another referee bump. We got a lot of referee bumps, to be honest, in this match. It was hard hitting. It was pretty good. Undertaker, 1 point, smashed a chair over the top of Brock Lesnar. Pure dent in the chair.
Brock can sell his ass off.
Yeah, Brock, every time Brock goes to the outside, he's throwing himself through the ropes. He got
a spot on the whole train. What am I fucking selling? He does, man.
Yeah, he doesn't sell. He doesn't sell like your average big man. Like, he's fucking the way Brock is. I don't know. He just sells. It's incredible.
No, you can clearly tell though that he's selling for the people that fucking matter. I'm not saying he doesn't, like, against Hardcore Holly sold, but he clearly puts in the most effort for, like, you know, the big guys.
The Undertaker.
Like in The Rock. Even against the Hardys, though, remember the chair shots they were giving him, he was fucking flying about. So fair play to Brock, but I thought the end of the match was just a bit shit. The punches looked very... I get it, they're tired, and maybe they're trying to play on that. But for me, for the referee to actually call off the match because of these punches...
Yeah, because Taker's normally a great striker. But towards the end of this match, his punches were like... It was like he was punching underwater.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they were going for. Maybe they wanted it to look like neither man had anything left. But the referee's kind of getting sandwiched in the corner. They're just punching each other, and the referee's trying to break it up. Then the referee gets caught in between the turnbuckle and Brock and Taker. And he doesn't even get struck or nothing like that, but the referee decides he's just going to call the match.
Why not when he's in the middle of them, they both punch him at the same time, boom, double DQ, rather than, here, I'm calling this match off because you're punching each other. Like, what the fuck? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I don't really understand that, but they continue to brawl. More referees come out to try and break it up, but no one can separate Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker here. And then Brock Lesnar and Taker are brawling towards the top of the ramp, and Taker throws Brock Lesnar through the set wall where it says Unforgiven, and that ends the show with Brock going through the wall. And
a decent visual, but the end, a pay-per-view.
I think a pay-per-view match should always end. I don't care if it ends controversially, I just think it should end with
literally every match tonight ended with a screwy finish. This, Triple H had Flair.
Benoit,
Eddie Edge. I mean, even
Eddie grabbed the ropes.
Even the opener was fucking weird. Even the opener was weird, botched finish, and then you had the tag team match, which just ended really abruptly. And then, I mean, Trish Stratus kind of won it out of nowhere. There was no match that ended, and you went, that was the right spot to end.
Yeah, weird pay-per-view. You know what? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was decent.
I feel like it's as good as an average pay-per-view would get around this time. I don't think they did anything really wrong, but they didn't do anything really great either.
No, they didn't.
So I think we'll obviously rank every pay-per-view at the end of the year. I think this will be middle of the road. Easily not the worst, but nowhere near the best. I'd say it was probably better than Mania, would you say so? I think 2002's Mania was a bit lackluster.
For the fact that it had Rock Hogan,
it did though, but...
I'd say Mania was better than this.
I think we'd have to look at the ratings, guys, but we'll be back very soon ranking every match, and then we've got Raw on the road. What's the next pay-per-view? I have no mercy. Triple H will face Rob Van Dam again, and I believe we get...
Taker versus Brock again.
Hell in a Cell.
And will we get Benoit versus Angle again?
Probably.
And will we get Edge versus Guerrero again?
Probably a tag team match.
And hopefully we don't get Jericho versus Flair again. Just give us some new matches. Come on,
man.
We need some new shit. Anyway, guys.
I think Flair's program with Jericho just doesn't work with him in Evolution.
No, it doesn't. Anyways, he's turned heel now, so I suppose.
It really doesn't work.
Are you giving it a 6?
Yes, I'm giving it a 6.
There you go, guys. 6 out of 10.
Peace.